Hey all, welcome back to the Fire and Water Cooking Channel. I'm Darren, of course, and today I'm going to do something that people have been wanting me to do for the last couple months. I'm going to do a review and an unboxing of the Anova Precision Chamber Sealer. I'll be right back with the Anova Precision Chamber Sealer.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
Alright guys, if you've watched my channel enough, you know that I like to do reviews and check out chamber sealers, all kinds of vacuum sealers. When I got into sous vide cooking, I stumbled onto the vacuum sealers because it's the best way to do sous vide as far as I'm concerned if you're going to do a lot of it. But it's also for storing food as well. If you're going to freeze a lot of meat, if you're going to bulk buy food, having a vacuum sealer, whether it's a channel food saver type or a chamber sealer, it's the best way to store food, use sous vide and all that. So this here particular chamber sealer, Anova, just came out with this in the last couple months, and just like everything else Anova comes out with, they heavily market it on social media and all their other platforms. And right now, I don't believe this is on Amazon. It's strictly on their website. So if you're looking at this and you want to purchase it, there'll be a link below so you can purchase this on their website. They might eventually, like some of their other products, put it on Amazon, but right now it's strictly on their website. So it's a fairly small, if you can tell by the box, it's not heavy like a lot of chamber sealers are, like your older type, like the VAC 215s or 210s, VAC Masters, even the JVR, which are bigger. This is aimed at a regular consumer that's going to put this on their countertop, not take up a lot of counter space. But you got some pluses and minuses with that. I've tested out similar chamber sealers to this size before, and like I said, if they're going to meet your needs, you'll be able to know that right away. But all right, I got this out of the shipping box. So here's the box that it actually comes in. We're going to get this out. I'm not going to bore you with unboxing it and doing all that, but we're going to take this out of the box, turn it on, go over some of the pluses and minuses of this, and I probably compare it to the Avid Armor model that's the similar size, and we'll do a side-by-side. But all right guys, I'll be right back. All right guys, so I got it out of the box, and it pretty much comes out like this. Nothing else is left in the box except for some corrugated cardboard that acts as its buffer. They don't use styrofoam in there, which is kind of unique. It's more corrugated cardboard that looks kind of like a honeycomb. So that's what it's using to protect it from damage. And so there's no styrofoam that's going to get in your way. And everything else is pretty much inside the unit itself. So this is the, your lid, and everything is stuck inside here. Doesn't really have a thick manual at all. This is your little manual that comes in, so I'm sure most of the information they're going to send you to a website, and maybe it does have some basic instructions in here, so I'm sure you can get more information from their website. So very nice little manual here. You do have some sample bags that they send you, and that's pretty much it. The seal bar is in place and it is taped down. So here's your seal bar. Just like most other chamber sealer vacuums, it's very easy to take on and off, very easy to remove and clean it if you wish. But let's get down deep and show you the inside of the chamber. So it's about 2.5, 3 inches deep here, maybe 3.5 inches, but it's got a flat lid, so you don't have any, like a lot of the bigger chamber sealers will have a indentation or a rise up on the lid to give you some more space to do bigger items. But this doesn't have that. It does have a little bit of a well here. It does kind of slope down here into the front and kind of go deeper in the back. You have your accessory port here. I don't see any connectors or hoses. You might have to buy those separate. But there might be some. I'll have to kind of look around and see if I can find one. But it doesn't look like it comes with that. So you can probably buy an accessory port for that to use for your canning lids or canisters, stuff like that. All right, so that's what it looks like right out of the box. This is where your little part here that goes up against your seal bar and keeps your bag in place and seals for your sealer here, for your sealing of your bag. So, all right, let me put this camera down and we'll do a little walkthrough, turn it on and all that. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of this thing, and we're gonna do some measurements. We're gonna turn it on. Okay, so there is a switch in the back here, a little red button. And as you can tell, your control panel is up here on the lid, which is a little different than most of the vacuum sealers in this price range. Most of them are down here. So as you can tell, it has everything up on top here, and it's all kind of digital. So you have, instead of having an analog pressure reading, you have your status here that's digital. You have all your different options here, your programming options, your vacuum and seal, normal mode, regular mode, seal, all these different control tops up here. So one of the things I want to do is open this up. This is heavy glass here, so it's, as you can tell, it's pretty thick glass, so you shouldn't have any issues with that breaking at all unless you drop it on the ground. So like I said, this is where your vacuum pulls from, but it's got the little hole here that you can use an accessory hose. Does not come with an accessory hose, but you can buy these online, and if you get the little adapter like this, it plugs right into this little hole. So you can use this with canisters, you can use it with a mason jar attachments, all kinds of different accessories that will attach to this accessory hose. So like I said, it doesn't come with the hose, so you got to buy one of those separate, and you can buy the accessory separate. So your seal bar, let's go ahead and take this out and measure it here. I'll kind of back up so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I got the seal bar out here, so we're going to go ahead and measure the length. It's right at 11 or 12 inches, so it's a 12-inch seal bar. Got your Teflon tape. Now, one of the things that I noticed right away, it does not come with any extras. Like I said, it doesn't come with any accessory hoses, doesn't come with any extra Teflon tape, anything like that, which some of the others will come with extra stuff. It does come with these sample bags, and that's pretty much it. Your sample bags and your manual. So it doesn't come with anything special. Now, like I said, you do have a 12-inch wide seal bar, but the bag it can take is probably only about an 8-inch bag here. So this is how right from the back to the front is right at about 8.5 inches here this way. So you got 12 by 8.5. So the bags that you can use with this are more specialty type bags, which you're going to have to either buy them from Anova or you're going to buy them from, I know Avid Armor makes these size bags. Just because of the size or the way this chamber is set up, they're longer than they are wide, so it's hard to find bags that are like that unless a company makes a chamber sealer like this where that's how the chamber is set up. So this is their biggest bag that will fit in here, and you can see it's about 11.5 inches wide here and about 8 inches long, or vice versa, however you want to measure it. So this way, where the opening is, it's about 11.5 inches, and this way it's about 8 inches. And it does have a little clip. I'll show you this. It has a little clip right here, a little stainless steel clip that rises and lowers, and what that does is lets you lock your bag in place so it doesn't move around during vacuum. It does keep it open a little bit so it doesn't poof up. So you're going to go ahead and close your lid, and you can see it pretty much fills up that chamber with this particular bag. So the bags are kind of specialty bags. You'll either need to get them from Anova, or Avid Armor makes the same size bags, but because of the odd shape, that's just what you're going to have to do. You're not going to be able to find like a lot of cheap Chinese bags that are going to fit this unit just because of the shape of the chamber itself. So let's go ahead and see if we can turn this thing on. You got the power on in the back, and really don't see, you just touch it. You can do strong vacuum, normal vacuum. So I would do normal vacuum if you're doing something that could be fragile. Strong vacuum if you're doing something that you want a really, really tight vacuum seal. So you got your infuse, extract, compress, pickle, dry or cool selections here. So you can see, you just push the button, it kind of moves them up and down to these different selections here. So, and that's going to be for the vacuum itself. And then over here, this is for your seal. You can do a strong seal, which you recommended. It's usually on some of the other chamber sealers or even the channel sealers. It's called wet, which will, it's for if your bag is a little wet, it'll run a little bit longer time to burn off some of that moisture so it doesn't affect the seal on the bag. And then, normal, press that again, and normal. That's just if you're running dry items, stuff like that. It will not run as long. So for strong, 5.5 seconds seal time. Normal, 3.5 seconds seal time. And then you can shut the seal off for some reason. Don't know why you would. If you're just trying to, I guess, run it for your canisters and stuff, instead of having a selection where it has canister, like I have some of my channel type sealers that you can use with canisters. There's a canister button that you would press, but on here it doesn't look like it has the canister button, so you just would shut off your seal time so you're not burning up your sealer when you don't need it. So that's pretty much it, guys. We're going to go ahead and run something in here. Like I said, everything's digital here, so you really can't adjust the vacuum except for strong and normal. So if you saw that, the normal is 30 seconds and the strong is 40 seconds. So that's the time the vacuum pump will run. So you can't manually adjust this if you wanted to. You only got a choice between those two options. So normal or strong. All right, let me go get something that we can vacuum seal, and I'll show you how it works. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and vacuum seal something. I'm going to show you what I was talking about as far as being able to vacuum seal something that's fragile. And I'm going to do a hot dog bun here. Not that you would vacuum seal hot dog buns, but it just going to show you if there were some things that were fragile that you really wanted to vacuum seal, how it's going to be hard to do with this particular chamber sealer because it only has those two options. I'm going to go ahead and load the bag in. You can see, like I said, it takes up pretty much the whole chamber. I'm going to lock the little clip in place. We're going to close the lid, and you're going to want to hold this down just a little bit until it actually the vacuum starts catching. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this to normal. We're going to do the seal normal. We're going to leave this alone. We're not going to do any of the marinate function or anything like that. We're just going to kind of leave the program on a standard. And got normal, and we're going to hit back, start and stop. 30 seconds, and you can hear it. It does make some vibrations. It is an oilless pump, so that means it's a little bit louder than an oil-based pump, and you're not going to be able to change the oil to keep this up. So it does pull a pretty good vacuum. Vacuum's there. You're going to see in a second. It's almost done. sealing. Remove the air from the chamber. It's cooling down right now. Alright, and there we go. All done. You get a little beep. Now, there's our hot dog bun. Like I said, that's going to make it hard for you to do anything that's kind of fragile in the vacuum sealer, because you only have those two options. This is the lowest option at 30 seconds with a vacuum, so that's pretty much it. That's so you're going to want to make sure you don't put anything fragile in it. Let's do something that we don't really, we know is not fragile. Got a green pepper, whole green pepper here, and we're going to do the same thing. Going to put it in our chamber. It fits in there, so that's good. And that's one of the things you're going to want to make sure that when you're putting something in here, you only have, like I said, it's 3 inches here from the bottom, the deepest part, to the top of the lid. So you really, maybe 3 1/4 inches is about it. You can see it almost to the top there, that green pepper. So you got limited size of what you can do with these, and like I said, it's built for that. It's built to be on your countertop for smaller items, maybe 1 or 2 chicken breasts at the most, maybe 1 steak, maybe 2 smaller steaks you can get in there, but nothing. You're not going to be doing a lot of processing big cuts of meat or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead and turn this up to the strong, and we'll do the strong seal time as well. So just to show you that it doesn't really do much different except for a longer seal time and longer vacuum time. We're going to do that. I'm going to push this down just a little bit, make sure it's catching. There we go. And we're counting backwards from 40 seconds. Again, you can hear the pump, the vibrations. It's vibrating pretty good. So those oilless pumps are kind of loud. The good thing with those little pumps is you're not pulling a whole lot of air out of there. You don't have to really pull a really super strong vacuum for these little units. They're not made for that. They're made for smaller packages that you're just going to be pretty much cooking right now, or small amounts of meat that you're going to be putting in the freezer. Cooling down. There we go. And that actually had pulled a really tight vacuum, so it actually shrank the pepper a little bit. So double seal. So it does have a pretty good seal on there, and it does pull a pretty tight vacuum. There's no air left in that thing, and it compressed the pepper a little bit. So on the strongest setting, it does pretty well. Like I said, the only thing you're going to have with this type of unit is the limited size that's in here, and the pump's going to be a little bit louder, and you don't have as many functions to change on the as far as the vacuum time and the seal time. You got 2 options, strong or normal, so you can't adjust it to individual times or anything like that. So that's it, guys. It's pretty much light enough to keep on your counter or to take it out and put it away in a cabinet when you're not using it. It's very limited as far as size goes. The bags are kind of specialty type bags, because you're not going to be able to go out and buy these size bags from any of the cheaper sources right now. So you have Avid Armor, you have Anova that you can buy these size bags at, and that's about it. You have to buy your own accessory hose if you want to use any kind of accessories, but it does have that option as well. But there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to do another video here where we're going to compare it against the USV20 from Avid Armor, which is in a similar size and price range. But stay tuned for that video. Other than that, thanks for watching the Fire and Water Cooking channel, and I'll see you again on the next video.